Good day, everyone. Today we'll be discussing the importance of neurodiversity in the workplace. For our discussion, here is the table of contents. The first one will be introduction and then explanation of the new paradigm, impact on organizational structure, benefits and challenges, case study, and lastly, conclusion. Let's let's talk about the what is neurodiversity in the workplace. Neurodiversity includes cognitive differences such as autism, ADHD, and dyslexia. Neurodiversity refers to the natural variation in human cognition and neurological functioning. This includes conditions like autism, ADHD, and dyslexia, among others. Rather than viewing these conditions as disorders or cognitive functioning that contribute to the richness of human experience. In this context, individuals with these conditions have unique cognitive styles and strengths that can be valuable in various settings, including the workplace. Next is focusing on viewing cognitive variations as part of human diversity. The concept of neurodiversity emphasizes that cognitive variations, such as those seen in autism, ADHD, and dyslexia, are not merely problems to be fixed but are integral aspects of human diversity. This perspective challenges traditional approaches that often focus on the deficits associated with these conditions. Instead, it highlights that such cognitive differences are natural and should be embraced as part of the broader spectrum of human diversity. This approach advocates for recognizing and valuing these differences and leveraging them to enhance creativity, innovation, and productivity in various environments, including the workplace. Next is deficit-based approach focuses on fixing perceived weakness, reinforcing the idea that neurodivergent individuals need to conform to neurotypical standards. This approach focuses on identifying and fixing perceived weakness in neurodivergent individuals, aiming to help them meet neurotypical standards. It often reinforces the idea that these individuals need to change to fit in. And last is strengths-based approach highlights unique cognitive abilities such as creativity, problem solving, and attention to detail. This approach highlights the unique cognitive abilities of neurodivergent individuals such as creativity and attention to detail. It values the differences and aims to use them to enhance performance and innovation, rather than requiring individuals to conform to neurotypical standards. Now let's move on to the opportunities and challenges for neurodivergent people. Under opportunities, we have innovations and productivity and employee engagement. For innovations and productivity, neurodiverse employees bring new perspectives, boosting productivity and team innovation. So, neurodiverse employees offer unique perspectives due to their different cognitive styles. This diversity can lead to fresh ideas and creative solutions, enhancing overall team innovation and productivity. Next is employee engagement. Its inclusion fosters a positive culture where employees feel valued. When organizations embrace neurodiversity, they create a more inclusive and supportive work environment. This fosters a positive culture where employees feel recognized and valued, which can boost overall engagement and job satisfaction. And next is challenges, and under the challenges are lack of support and undermining agency. For lack of support, many companies still focus on addressing deficits rather than strengths. Many organizations continue to focus on addressing the deficits of neurodivergent individuals rather than leveraging on their strengths. This traditional approach can limit the effectiveness of support system and fail to fully utilize the potential of neurodiverse employees. And next is undermining agency. Deficit-based intervention can reduce neurodivergent employees' autonomy. For this is intervention that focus on correcting perceived weaknesses can undermine the autonomy of neurodivergent employees. These approaches may inadvertently convey that these individuals need to conform to neurotypical standards, reducing their sense of personal control and self-efficacy.
So now let me explain first what neurodiversity is. So neurodiversity is a combination of the word neuro and diversity, which has both its own definition. So neuro is derived from the ancient Greek word neuron, which means tendon or nerve. Diversity comes from the Latin word diversitas or difference and from the verb divertere to divert. So it is the variations in which the people's brains function, process and interpret information, and present themselves behaviorally. It is the concept of embracing cognitive differences between individuals and recognizes different brain function and behavioral traits as a part of human diversity. So in short, neurodiversity is the idea of accepting people who think and behave differently from what is considered standard or normal. Their brain functions in ways that are not typical from what we usually see. So to fully understand what neurodiversity, these are the other terms related to it. So the first one is neurodivergent. It is a non-medical umbrella term that describes people with variation in their mental functions. So this refers to an individual with cognitive differences, in which their brain functions differently in one or more ways that is not considered standard or typical. The second is neurotypical. So it is an individual without cognitive difference. So it is the opposite, in which the brain functions normally, that is considered standard or typically. The third one is neurodiverse. It is a group of people who are considered neurodivergent. So it is not referred to a single individual only. It should be a group of people. So the last one is a spectrum. It is used to describe a range of behaviors or actions. It is not limited to a specific set of values. And that's why we are going to discuss the types of neurodivergent conditions. But before that, I want to give a few information first. So the idea of neurodivergence was first introduced by an autistic sociologist, Judy Singer, in the 1990s. He highlighted the aspects that neurodivergence manifests in different ways in individuals. So this includes abilities to focus, recognize patterns, and remember information. So according to statistics, it is estimated that around 1 in 7 people in the UK have some kind of neurodifference. Neurodiversity is used especially in the context of autistic spectrum disorders. So the first type, as I have said, is the autism. It is called autism spectrum disorder or ASD. It is a complicated lifelong condition that includes problems with communication and behavior. It is a spectrum disorder, which means it affects people in different ways and in varying degrees. Every person with autism will be affected differently. The second one is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD. It includes a combination of persistent problems such as difficulty sustaining attention, hyperactivity, and impulsive behavior. The third one is bipolar disorder. It is a mental illness that causes unusual shifts in a person's mood, energy, activity levels, and concentration. Next is we have dyslexia, or a learning disorder that involves difficulty reading due to problems identifying speech sounds and learning how they relate to letters and words. Next is dysprasia, or a common disorder that affects movement and coordination. Next is dyscalculia, a learning disability in math. And then epilepsy, a chronic brain disorder in which groups of cells or neurons in the brain sometimes send the wrong signals and causes seizures. And the next one is obsessive compulsive disorder or OCD. It is a disorder in which people have recurring unwanted thoughts, ideas, or sensations. And the last one is Tourette syndrome. It is a disorder that involves repetitive movements or unwanted sounds or tics that can't be easily controlled. So people may confuse neurodivergence and disability together, but let's discuss if neurodiversity is a disability or not. So disability refers to a physical or mental impairment that prevents a person from engaging in one or more important activities of daily life. While neurodiversity, it refers to a natural spectrum of differences, like biodiversity. So while some neurodiverse conditions fall under the umbrella of disability, not all neurodiverse people qualify as having a disability under the Americans with Disabilities Act. However, some may need accommodations at work or school in order to be successful. So therefore, just as not every neurodivergent person is disabled, not every disabled person is neurodivergent. So although there is disagreement and controversy surrounding this issue, particularly in the autism community, it is generally acknowledged that there are people who fall under the neurodiversity spectrum who are also disabled.
Next is for the impact on organizational structure. So companies like System Application and Products, Microsoft, Ford, and Ernst and Young are reforming the HR processes to accommodate neurodiverse talent. These initiatives are not only improving reputation, but also boosting productivity, quality, innovative capabilities, and employee engagement. Managers are now focusing on leveraging the talents of all employees through greater sensitivity to individual needs. As seen in SAP's program, this approach has made managers better managers.
So now, let's move on to the benefits and challenges of neurodiversity in the workplace. So first is the benefits. We have four benefits, and the first one is team productivity and performance. So according to research, teams that include individuals with neurodivergent backgrounds in specific jobs can achieve a 30% productivity boost compared to those who do not. This is probably due to the distinct talents and cognitive capacities of neurodiverse workers, which enable them to approach jobs and solve issues in a different way than their teammates. The second one is engagement. In general, workers who have a strong sense of inclusion and belonging are more engaged at work. A more positive atmosphere develops in the office when others perceive that you value giving your personnel recognition. As a result, everyone feels more connected to their coworkers and has a greater sense of overall well-being. The third one is innovation. Since neurodivergent individuals think differently, they can help gain new ideas and contribute to the team or organization effectively. Mato state that abilities such as visual thinking, attention to detail, pattern recognition, visual memory, and creative thinking can help illuminate ideas or opportunities teams might otherwise have missed. So the last is greater than normal ability to process information. So according to a study, individuals with autism could process information faster than average. Even in the case of fast-paced presentations, and they are more capable of at identifying information that is deemed critical. So let's move on to the challenges of neurodiversity. So first we have lack of employment opportunities. So regretfully, because of their neurodiversity, people with neurodiverse traits may encounter more difficulties finding work. Neurodiverse people may have trouble finding jobs even if they are qualified and skilled. Second is lack of understanding and accommodations. It's possible that coworkers and employees don't fully comprehend neurodiversity or the adjustments needed to enable neurodiverse workers. Due to a lack of accommodations or assistance, neurodiverse people may find it difficult to accomplish workplace objectives and manage their workload. The third one is misunderstandings and miscommunications. So people who are neurodiverse may have difficulty understanding sarcasm or implicit communication, which can, of course, cause miscommunication with coworkers or superiors. Conflict and frustration at work may result from this. So the last one is social isolation. It could be difficult for neurodiverse individuals to get along with coworkers or feel involved in social events at work. Their motivation and job satisfaction may suffer as a result of these feelings of loneliness.
For our case study, neurodiverse condition may not be seen in the physical feature of a person and they act normally. There are some photos we got from social media to support our study, while specific details about individual employees at Marriott hotels in the Philippines with neurodiverse conditions may not be widely publicized due to privacy considerations. Marriott International's commit and partnering with local organizations such as the Autism Society Philippines, ASP, to adapt its global strategies to the local context. Marriott properties in the country have successfully integrated neurodiverse staff into various roles, including guest services and culinary positions. The company addresses common challenges by offering clear job descriptions and flexible interview processes, which help neurodiverse candidates navigate the hiring process and adjust to their roles. To give more examples, the first photo is Marriott International's commit and partnering with local organizations such as Autism Society Philippines or ASP. The Summit Express news portal Philippines highlight the OJT program for people with special needs. Most of them is with Down syndrome. Down syndrome is part of the neurodiverse condition. The article discusses an OJT program at a hotel in Davao, which has been recognized for its inclusive approach towards people with special needs. The hotel's program has received praise for its effectiveness and impact. It showcases how business can adapt their training and employment practices to be more inclusive and supportive of people with diverse abilities. This OJT program is an example of how business can play a crucial role in fostering inclusivity and providing opportunities for people with neurological conditions. By offering tailored training and support, this set organization to follow in creating more inclusive workplaces.
Now let's move on to the last part of our reporting, which is conclusion. Embracing neurodiversity in the workplace offers substantial benefits, including enhanced productivity and creativity. By focusing on neurodivergent individuals' unique strengths rather than their deficits, despite challenges such as inadequate accommodations and limited awareness, organizations that implement inclusive practices and support systems can achieve notable improvements in performance and work culture. The passage highlights the importance of benefits and embracing neurodiversity in the workplace, emphasizing the shift from a deficit focus to a strength-based approach. A strength-based approach focuses on the unique abilities neurodivergent employees bring, such as the heightened attention to detail, innovative thinking, and creative problem-solving. The passage argues that when organizations nurture these skills, they unlock substantial benefits like increased productivity, creativity, and team performance. However, achieving this full neurodiversity inclusion isn't without challenges. Many companies still struggle with implementing the necessary support system, and the common obstacles include a lack of tailored employment opportunities and accommodations, misunderstandings, and social isolation that neurodivergent employees may experience due to differences in interpreting social cues, limited awareness among managers and coworkers about how to effectively support neurodivergent colleagues, etc. To overcome these hurdles, organizations need to proactively adjust the recruitment, onboarding, and career development processes. Some companies like SAP and Microsoft have already seen success by adopting neurodiversity friendly practices. These initiatives not only improve productivity and innovation but also encourage better management practices, fostering a more inclusive leadership style that benefits all the employees. The passage concludes by emphasizing that embracing neurodiversity is both a socially responsible and strategic move for businesses. By recognizing neurodiverse individuals' strengths, organizations can foster a more dynamic, innovative, and engaged workforce. This ultimately leads to a better work environment where cognitive diversity is celebrated and neurodivergent individuals can thrive, befitting the entire organization. These are the reporters that help me and to explain to you guys what neurodiversity in the workplace is. Gonzalez Carrel, Recto Raven Faith, Reynosa Cristel, Legaspi Gabriel. Thank you so much for listening. We hope this presentation gave you valuable insights into the importance of neurodiversity in the workplace. We appreciate your time and hope you gained a deeper understanding of its benefits.